Greetings! I am Herbert Erpaderp, and this is, as the title says, Ask a Herbert Erpaderp. I would like to go and fly my drone, so let's get right into the questions. First up, Commissar Tuppy said, if you could put a KV-2 turret on your pizza, would you? No, I think that would crush my pizza into the ground and render it inedible. KV-2 turrets is too strong for it and would make for breaking of teeth. I am good at Russian accents. And other lies you can tell yourself. Crocodile wearing Crocs said, is it possible to make a KV-2 out of pizza and 1/44th scale T-34s? The T-34s are only for the tracks. Anything is possible if you work really hard. If you can dream it, you can do it. Ratto said, if you could give Commissar Tuppy a KV-2 turret, would you? Yeah, I think if I could, I probably would. That would make the best gift. Also the worst gift if it ever needed to be moved. I guess the trick would just be to never need to move it, wouldn't it? Smoes said, if you could be a character from King of the Hill, who would you be? I'd want to be Dale. It's been a while since I actually watched King of the Hill, but I guess I would go for Boomhauer. Unless I'm mistaken, he sounds really stupid but is in fact smarter than he seems. And Boomhauer is just an entertaining name. Dang old man, y'all down the road there. That was my terrible Boomhauer impression, in case you couldn't tell. Galactic said, if you had to time travel and live in any country in the past, which one would it be? I guess there isn't any specificity around how far back I have to time travel, so I would prefer to only go back a short time. Living in the old times doesn't really appeal to me a lot. I like technology and having access to things like insulin, for example. Somewhere like New Zealand might be good when thinking about going back into the past and avoiding pandemics, for example. Or Canada, perhaps, assuming I would still have the same friends. Even if that weren't the case, Canada seems like it would have less disgustingly hot days, so that would be nice too. Also nice scenery, so I guess that's my choice. SpaceFan247 said, how is your day going? Pretty good. At the time I'm writing this, it's Tuesday evening, so I did a fair bit of writing earlier, replaced the propellers on my drone finally, and played some very fun custom PUBG games with John Lonnie and his community. It's been a very good and productive day. At the time of recording, it's Wednesday morning and I've just woken up. Unless the weather changes, and it probably will, I'm going to fly my drone and it's going to be fun. Then we're going to start working on the Gamma Goat later on. So today's going to be a good day as well. Or else. Rid Phoenix said, when do you think the next bolt action vid is coming, if you're planning on making one? And, if you could have any role in World War II, what would you pick? I don't have a date for another bolt action video. I've made no real preparations for it so far, just some ponderings. It's not something I have space to film, and needing to find somewhere to do that is a big setback. If people would stop spreading COVID, that would be really helpful. I guess at least it's not like the US here, but still. I will get one done eventually, but it's not really a priority at the moment because of how much more time it takes compared to a regular model building video. As for roles in World War II, I would prefer one where I don't get shot or crawl through mud and things like that, which is to say I have no idea. Fighting a war in the first place doesn't appeal to me very much at all, so it's not really something I fantasize about. I'm probably like a lot of people in that regard because fighting in a war seems pretty terrible. I guess if I were forced though, I would choose a tank commander or something like that. Tanks are cool, and it's better to have a tank than be traipsing around in the mud all day. Trekan Belovich said, to be cliched, do you know how to use a boomerang properly? I sure don't. I don't think I've tried or been shown with a real boomerang at any point in my life either. I'm sure I've had toy boomerangs as a kid, though I don't remember any of them working as they should either. That's probably user error though. Musei said, what is your favourite maritime patrol aircraft? I can't think of a plane that is specifically for maritime patrol. I'm not that big into planes, so I guess they don't really occupy my thoughts all that much. I would assume the Catalina is one. It just kind of popped into my head and it's kind of interesting to look at, so let's go with that. There is every chance I'm remembering the wrong thing, but I think the Catalina was a flying boat. Job Center Dave said, "Do you like Skank by Boredom Beats? Proper banger." Until now I'd never heard of it, but I don't like it. Definitely not the kind of music I'm into. I did try to give it a fair listen, but I ended up skipping through it to see if anything interesting might happen, but nothing grabbed me. In the comments section of last fortnight's Ask a Herbert Erpaderp, Jan Tima said, "How many times did you get rickrolled?" I don't know, it's been a long time since that was a really common thing, but probably not that many times, I don't think. A lot of times you just kind of expect it, or something else silly, when somebody, for example, just drops a link without comment or wants you to click something without telling you what it is. Relevant to that, I find it kind of amusing that back when rickrolling was new, my brother thought that the singer Rick Astley was actually named Rick Roll. It's one of those silly things you just remember, and I like to remind him from time to time. To be fair, he was pretty young, so. Sem Cohen said, "How old are you?" "Older than the hills, maybe even older than time itself." Either that or 37, or 38? No, 37, probably. When you are old like me, it doesn't even really matter what your age is, and it's easy to forget. Trekan Beluvic said, 13,000 subscribers. That's a lot. If you're doing one Ask a Herbert Erpaderp for each one of those, you just have to do some 12,875 more. Don't want to put pressure on you, just math. I think if I had to do an Ask a Herbert Erpaderp for every single subscriber, I might just quit right now. I would probably have to be recording every single day for the rest of my life. That doesn't sound appealing. Though I guess I could just say that I'm doing that, and keep doing them every 2 weeks. I would never finish, and it is a moving, hopefully upward moving, number, so, it's a lot. Still, I do appreciate reaching over 13,000 subscribers. It's pretty cool. With that not really much of an answer, or wasn't really a question either, was it? Anyway, that's all the questions for this fortnight. If you have a burning question you need me to answer, I'm sure you know where they go. It's the comment section of this video, or the Ask a Herbert Erpaderp channel on Discord, just in case you didn't know. It is now time for us to check out some of the models that have been shared on the Discord community over the last 2 weeks. First up, Monol shared this floaty shooty boy. This is a Z25. I don't know enough about ships to tell you anything other than what Monol mentioned about it, but this is a 700th scale model from Trumpeter, and as I understand it, it's Monol's first non-egg model ship. I think it looks awesome. Very well done. Corned Beef shared this, well, it seems there was some discussion about what to call it, T23, IS2A176. Whatever the designation this has, it's an awesome mishmash of Sherman and IS, as you can see. This is the sort of model that is bound to upset unimaginative babies, which makes it even better. Very good job. Trekan Beluvic shared some Syrian S21 Gvozdika, if I'm saying that right, or I believe Carnation in English. These are self-propelled artillery pieces. Well, they're actually 15mm scale plastic models by Zvezda, and Trekan has done a very good job in painting them up indeed. These are a bit more modern than the stuff I would normally do, but they look really cool, and I'm tempted to acquire some of these for myself. The Tourette's Gamer shared this very nice looking French Saumur S35, saying it's probably the last model they'll make before going to university. University shouldn't be the end to a good hobby, but I can understand wanting to focus on something important. Either way, I do look forward to seeing more in the future anyway, and good luck with university. The model is in 1/35th scale from Tamiya, and it looks very nice. The one thing I would point out though, since you asked for thoughts, is that the decals do seem a bit too clean. Otherwise it's excellent work. Sneaky Zaku shared this pair of locomotives. These are pre-built Graham Farish N-scale Ivet Prairies. The cool thing here is that Sneaky Zaku has added nameplates to these engines. The names of grandfathers who got him into model making and provided encouragement. That's awesome, and I'm glad that you had that in your life. I hope you still do, but I don't know. What really matters though, is this is a really nice way to show appreciation to people who matter to you. Graf Pudding has shared this whirlybird, which is an SH-60, and not being a helicoptersman, that's about all I can tell you, though the model is in 100th scale from Revell, and was a quick one-day project for Graf Pudding. I had no idea Revell made models in that scale, though that's pretty cool. Perhaps you could use a model like this for games of Team Yankee or something like that. I think this looks really good, especially for a quick build. And that's it for the models this fortnight, and indeed the entire Ask Herbert Erpaderp. As always, a big thank you to everybody who shared their models. It's always an inspiration, and it keeps me interested. And of course, thank you to those who asked questions, and last but certainly not least, those who watch my videos. It's very much appreciated. If you haven't done so already, why not subscribe, follow, ring the bell, become a patron or YouTube member, or maybe just come say hi on Discord or Twitch when I'm streaming. Links to all of my things are in the description below, and as always, I shall return soon. So until then, be excellent to each other, and thank you for watching. Farewell.